They have taken all privacy from us. They have taken all peace. The FBI follows his every move and watches my home constantly. And why? My son is innocent. Mr. President, please clear my son's name.
Well, there you go. Welcome back. We're heading to the movies. Kathy Bates there vying for another Oscar in Richard Jewell. She plays Richard's mom in Clint Eastwood's new film based on true events. This all takes place around the 1996 Olympic Games in Atlanta, where a bomb went off in Centennial Park. Richard Jewell was the security guard on hand that night. He found the bomb, and then he became the prime suspect thanks to the media and the FBI. So it's one man versus the media. And this stars Paul Walter Hauser, who rose to fame in I, Tonya. He's great in the movie. Kathy Bates is exceptional, and I wouldn't be surprised if she lands an Oscar for this one. Also, Sam Rockwell plays his lawyer, and John Hamm and Olivia Wilde also star in this one. For the most part, it's a timely tale despite it happening in 1996, and it's rather riveting, and it really shows how the investigation and all of the media profile of this guy really helped bring him down, even though in the end his name was cleared. It does have some familiar trappings at times, like a lot of his Clint Eastwood movies. It feels kind of cliched, and it runs into some simplicity issues with the story, how it condenses it. And then the characters. John Hamm is typically hamming it up in this one. There is a major issue with Olivia Wilde's character, and you've probably heard about this in the news. She plays reporter Kathy Scruggs, who actually passed away in 2001, so she can't even defend her portrayal, the portrayal of her character in this movie. But it's basically implied that she traded sex for stories in this movie. There's no evidence that that ever happened, and the Atlanta Journal-Constitution, where she worked, is actually seeking legal action over this movie because of her portrayal in the movie. And unfortunately, Olivia Wilde has come out to defend her character, but it's too simplistic in this film, and it doesn't really work. But it is a cautionary tale, and it's a very sobering one as well. It's grounded by some powerful acting, and it really is a compelling one at its core. So it's one of Clint Eastwood's finer films in the last couple of years. Does have its share of problems, though. I'm going to go right down the middle of the road here and give it 3 out of 5. Okay, you can check that one out. Also, opening in theaters now and on Netflix next Friday, Anthony Hopkins and Jonathan Pryce star in The Two Popes. Have a look.
Do you know the Beatles?
Yes, I know who they are.
Of course you do.
Eleanor Rigby.
Who?
Eleanor Rigby.
No, I don't know her.
You know, Yellow Submarine. Dum-dum-dum-dum.
Yellow Submarine. That's silly. It's very funny.
I love this film so much. It takes place during a tumultuous time in the Vatican. Anthony Hopkins stars as Pope Benedict. Jonathan Pryce is Cardinal Bergoglio, who would go on to become Pope Francis. But at the time, he was trying to retire from the church. Meanwhile, Pope Benedict wanted him to become his successor. So it's two people who couldn't be further apart coming together. It looks at a lot of different moralities and a changing time in the church. Beautifully shot. I love the cinematography. And Cardinal Bergoglio comes from Argentina. The connection here, Fernando Meirelles, the director, is Brazilian. He gave us City of God. So there's a rich texture to the movie, really stylish, and I loved all the stuff that happened with the backstory of his character. Also, screenwriter Anthony McCartan. He's a 3-time Oscar nominee. Really intelligent, razor-sharp script here, and 2 fascinating performances, particularly from Jonathan Pryce, who I wouldn't be surprised if he gets a lot of attention at award season. So don't miss this one. It's playing at the Van City Theater locally. I always recommend trying to see it on the big screen. If that's not your thing, it is on Netflix, as I mentioned, next Friday, the 20th. I am going with a resounding 4 out of 5 for The Two Popes. There you go. Those are your options at the box office this weekend.